24 hours on from the intense blockbuster Liverpool 2 Manchester United 2 game, the Manchester United merry-go-round does not stop. Breaking news, Universal Sports. Here we go, there we land, baby. We understand that Marcus Rashford is close, it's imminent. He's going to be going to Italy, he's going to be going to the San Siro. He will be playing for AC Milan, and it doesn't just stop there. Joshua Zirkzee, personal terms even. The excitement's getting to my head, obviously. Personal terms agreed with Juventus. And I think, Abs, we have to thank our lucky stars that Italy, Juventus, the old lady, and AC Milan are doing us a favour. They are getting our shunters, Zirkzee, Rashford, off to Serie A. What are your initial thoughts on this one?
Initial thoughts are Serie A is known for taking on players that have been thrown into the dump from the Premier League anyway. So that's number one. I think Juventus were linked with Zirkzee anyway. They wanted him anyway. So his experience of playing in the English league will actually help him probably anyway. You'll come back to Italy as a better player, and I think he'll be well suited. I believe he was a Young Player of the Year anyway. So this is why his stock is high in Italy, and I think he'll be successful playing for Juventus. In regards to Rashford, AC Milan, like you said, we're interested in him. However, I believe they won't be able to pay his full wages. However, anything that they can pay is a bonus because we're not going to play him anyway. So if that goes through, I think just like you said, we're in a good position because he's not going to play anyway.
Abbas, Juventus manager Thiago Motta used to be the Bologna manager for Joshua Zirkzee. Internal joke there. And let's just wait and watch how Abbas pronounces this team, because I'm going to make him pronounce it. Thiago Motta, Juventus manager, interested in Joshua Zirkzee. We understand that terms have been agreed. Marcus Rashford, obviously, you've wanted him out since a long time, even though you're wearing a shirt with his name on the back of it. It means for Ruben Amorim that we're going to be 2 striking options down. But what are your thoughts on Rashford and Zirkzee going to Serie A, and what impact is that going to have on Manchester United and Ruben Amorim?
Yeah, it's going to be a great impact for Man United. At least 2 players have been offloaded in January, so it gives us some space to work with someone in the summer, so bring in some players. But Rashford going to AC Milan is good. It's a good move. Beckham went there, Ronaldinho went there, quite a few legends went there. So it's a big move to AC Milan. It's a big club still, AC Milan. Don't forget that they're still fighting for the title as well in Serie A. So also Scott McTominay went to Napoli. So a lot of United players have gone over to Italy. So don't forget that. It's like a learning curve for them. Although Italians play defensively, whereas Premier League's more intense, more fast-paced. So it'll be suited to Rashford. I think he would do really well at AC Milan. Even Joshua Zirkzee as well for Juventus. Get some, either, I don't know if it's a loan or like a full agreement for Joshua Zirkzee, but I think that might be a loan. But for Rashford, I think it might be a loan as well, because we have to pay half his wages. So at least they'll be on getting some playing time. That's what they need, playing time. And it's a really good 2 moves. Also, Anthony could be potentially going to Real Betis. That's another loan deal. So there's 3 strikers, forwards that could be offloaded. And we definitely need to bring a striker in if we can in the January summer, or wait till summer. But we need a striker, because Highland's not good enough, as we've seen yesterday's game.
If it's the first time you're watching Universal Sports, make sure you do like, comment, subscribe, share. Abs, you took a day off yesterday. You have a good day off?
It's great. I just had a bit of a tickle, if you know what that means.
Abs had a little bit of a tickle. So, conveniently or naturally even, 2 options down, the questions that the Man United fans are going to be asking is, Ineos cost-cutting. They're known as the repo man. Or maybe I've just made that up right now, but I think
I've not heard that before, but yeah.
I think that's a pretty good way to describe it. Ruben Amorim is desperate in need of players. We'll talk about the Liverpool-Man United game and our thoughts on that shortly. But naturally, the next question is, who will be coming in? Victor Gikros in January, I think that'll be maybe a little bit far-fetched. A name that's just come into my head, maybe a little quick deal for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. What do you think? What's your thoughts on who potentially could come in? Who's attainable?
I mean, I think at this point, the season is pretty much, in my opinion, written off anyway. I think it's best for this season for us to just get rid of the actual players that don't fit the system. and then we need to regroup. Hopefully, with the funds that we can recoup with the players that are leaving, we can try to build up a pot for the summer. I can't see us signing any decent players in the window, unless obviously there's an opportunity that does arise. I do believe Amrin also said he's not going to be signing any players from Sporting in this window. So there must be a couple of players. I believe we're also linked to a defender.
Nuno Mendes?
He's a midfielder, right?
Left back.
I think it's Ignacio maybe. We'd be linked to him, but that's only going to be in the summer. So I think Ruben Amorim probably wants a couple of players from Sporting. It's not going to happen this window. So I would say that because the season's pretty much finished anyway, we're not going to get into the top 6 based on what I've seen so far. Although we did play well against Liverpool. Let's see how it goes next couple of games. However, I think we need to get rid of all the deadwood. We've been saying this for years. If we can actually get rid of players, that's the first step. And then once we have available spaces in the squad, then we can decide what to do in the summer. I think that's the best approach. We can't sign players again in a rush and sign players who are not going to fit the system or not at the level that they need to be.
I agree with that, but I think it's a long season. Europa League coming up. Rasmus Højlund, I don't think will be enough for us to get us through this season. And if Anthony goes as well, if Real Betis do a favour for us, then we're going to be depleted. Obviously, Ruben Amorim and Garnacho not seeing eye to eye at the moment, so we'll be stretched. More names, I'm thinking, can we get Ollie Watkins from Aston Villa? Isaac from Newcastle, throw him a bit of money and just get him in.
I don't think we have the money to do that, though. He's going to cost too much. We don't have the money for it.
Who do you think we could get, realistically? Because if these players are going, we need something.
I think a loan deal might be ideal. So if a striker's available, any striker, loan deal, just to support Højlund. Højlund.
Get Weghorst back.
Even that won't work. But yeah, any even from a lower table team like Wolves or someone, get a striker from there. Even someone needs a striker to support Højlund. So I think loan deal would be good enough. Then go big in the market for Victor Gikros in the summer. I think he wants Victor Gikros, but he has to wait till summer because his release clause now is going to be too much.
Let us know in the comments, who do you think Manchester United can bring in, and not just bring in, who is actually attainable in January? Who will make Manchester United a better proposition? And that nicely brings me to yesterday's game. Liverpool 2, Manchester United 2. Man United unlucky. They should have walked away with 3 points. I think one of the main talking points is around the 3 centre-backs for me. I want to refer to them as 3 stiff lumberjacks. Martinez obviously proved me wrong at Anfield. Maguire missed that chance, but he had an okay game. De Ligt, first half was good, second half had a shocker. But for me, Lenny Yoro, he made an absolutely unbelievable tackle. He ran from the halfway line, timed that tackle perfectly. For me, it should be Martinez, Maguire, and Yoro. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. I don't think De Ligt is in. I mean, for me, it would have been either from De Ligt or Maguire. At the moment, Maguire's playing better, so he's going to hold that position in the centre of the 3. Yoro is made for the position on the right hand side. He's got the pace, he's got the passing skills. He can run forward with the ball. He can move forward with the ball. That is someone that we need in that position. Because if we get our 2 full-backs going further up the field, he can play as an auxiliary right back if we need to. He's able to do that position. He's able to kind of cover that area. And he's got the pace. So if we're playing the high line, we need pace. And I can currently have 3 defenders who don't have any pace. So he would be ideal. Maybe just kind of easing him in after the injury. That's the only thing I can see. I can think of him. He's young, but he must be fit. He's going to have to start soon, because I think De Ligt is becoming a liability. He's very inconsistent. He's had some awesome games, but some terrible games also, when we can't afford to have that.
Another talking point that we didn't discuss in detail yesterday because of the euphoria of Man United's performance. I want to talk about the club captain, and I think you two standing there are probably the perfect people to discuss Bruno Fernandes. We've got Abse to my left, wanted him out for 100 million. Averse here on the right, calling Bruno Fernandes an embarrassment as a Manchester United captain. Yesterday, I felt like Bruno Fernandes really stepped up, especially when he dropped back into the centre midfield position. There was a play where he took on, I think, maybe 3-4 players, which was terrific play from Bruno Fernandes. He come out after the game, talked about how angry he was, that they couldn't do that every week, and that probably applies to Bruno Fernandes as well. And he admitted that as well, that his performances haven't been up to scratch. But not only Bruno Fernandes, but Diego Dalot, a man much maligned by myself. What are your thoughts on Bruno Fernandes and Diego Dalot, especially considering yesterday's performance?
He should be doing that every week. Don't need to say words after the game. He should be doing it as a club captain. That's why he's been criticised the last few games. He's not performing. Yesterday was a good performance.
Still our best player, though.
He's
still our best player.
He is, but like he's been inconsistent last few games. Not been the best. Even Diego Dalot from the start of the season. Yesterday he had a good performance as well, but they need to keep going and keep that performance going. Not do it for one big game, Liverpool. That's the worry about these players. So we've got Arsenal next. That's another big game as well. So they need to keep going, keep the momentum going. Bruno Fernandes says the words. He needs to do it now. Less talk and do more work. They're playing on the football. That's what he needs to do. Diego Dalot as well he's improved a bit, but he needs to improve a lot more. And that side is a left wing back. So there's a lot of players that still need to improve. But yesterday they showed they can still work with that system, 3-4-3, Ruben Almiron's system, and just keep it going, the momentum going. Even for Europa League, if you play like this in Europa League, you could win it. That's why I want as well.
The January window is open. The Man United merry-go-round is open for business as well. Players going out, players coming in. But for all the latest transfer news and all the latest Manchester United reaction, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.